Hello everybody and welcome back to That Handicapping Show, sponsored by TwinSpires.com. I'm Jason Chandler, he's Tom Lamar, and James Scully from Brisnet.com. This week's featured race is the San Fernando from Santa Anita. We'll also touch on the Mr. Prospector from Gulfstream. Before we get started on this week's races, let's take a quick look back at last week and see how we did. Unfortunately, Tom, none of us made money. You ran first and third in a couple of exactas, kind of tough luck. The Twin Spires Brisk guys had the winner in the San Pasquale, but played it in an exacta, so that was a loser. And then I actually hit the try in the House Hope, but I paid a whopping $21, so I wound up losing money on the week too. So we all started off in the hole, but let's see if we can come back this week and change that. We'll start with the San Fernando, which is for 4-year-olds, going a mile and a 16th on the main track. It drew a field of 9, including Sydney's Candy, who should be the odds-on favorite in here and who was brilliant last time out, running in the Sir Beaufort, running a mile and 1:33 and 3, which was just an outstanding time. He's a 5-time graded stakes winner, and he looks very tough on paper here. James, let me ask you about the pace here. He's a very quick horse. Can anybody challenge him up front?
Well, I mean, that's obviously the key to the race. I wouldn't be surprised if he did shake loose early, but I do think a couple horses in here. These trainers out there, they went through this, like you said before, in that Sir Beaufort, and Baffert has a quick horse at the rail called Tweepster, and Ian Hardy has a couple horses, including Victory with Honor, and I wouldn't be surprised if both those horses come out trying to put a little pressure on Sydney's Candy early, just so he doesn't have everything his own way once again.
Okay, and hopefully for us, it sets up for a horse from off the pace a little bit, and we all like the same horse in here, even though we're going to bet it in different ways. Tom, this guy Has No Limit, who's an Asmussen horse.
Yes, he is. He made his first start in California on the 26th of December, which was the first program on the new dirt track. As we know, the races were extremely fast. Now, this guy Has No Limit ran in the Malibu that day at 7 furlongs. Sydney's Candy ran in the 1 mile Sir Beaufort, grade 3 versus grade 1. But I'm just, I'll assume that this guy Has No Limit needed that first race in California. It wasn't a bad effort. Quite frankly, when horses run 1:19 and 3 for 7 furlongs, and you're 5 or 6 lengths back in the stretch trying to make a move, I can forgive that. I'm curious to see how these horses actually come out of those races and how they run on Saturday. But, a couple slow works since, which I think is a good thing. Stretching out to a mile and 16th. I think if he were to run his race in the Indiana Derby, where he ran second to Looking at Lucky at a mile and a 16th, I think that the horse could be there. I agree with James. I think the pace will be better here. I think Tweepster has a shot to actually hit the board here. He needed 8 tries to break his maiden, and then all of a sudden he won his next 2. I like that. I think he's an improving horse. I will use Sydney's Candy, but I think I'll just play this guy Has No Limit on top with those horses.
James, he was a highly thought of 2-year-old for Asmussen. He won the Iroquois, and he didn't run well in the Kentucky Jockey Club, but he must have had some kind of physical setback because he didn't run again until May.
Yeah, and he was actually the favorite in that race over Super Saver, went on to win the Derby, and like you said, he didn't come back. As they reported early in the year, he had some small problem, didn't get back in training until the spring. And like Tom had mentioned, I think it's a favorable stretch back out in distance. He got a 96, 95 speed ratings, brisk speed ratings those last 2 starts around 1 turn. You go back to his last 2 routes, the second in the Indiana Derby and 2-length victory in the Smarty Jones. Both those races he earns triple-digit brisk speed ratings. And I I like seeing Asmussen, win a couple races early in the meet. He's 2 for 9. I do think it's very encouraging that he's posted 2 works in the 20-day interim since his last start. And that was a solid middle move by him last time to get in contention. Now, he flattened out a little bit in the stretch, but nobody was making up ground on those leaders.
Correct.
So I think he's primed to run an improved race here.
Yeah, a couple other things. I think the key for him here is to be more involved early. I think when he's run his better races, he's been a little bit closer to the pace. He can't fall that far behind like he did last time. So I expect him to be closer to the pace here. When he's been an inconsistent horse, but when he's run well, he's been pretty dominant. He had 2 stakes wins last year. What kind of price are we looking at on this guy as the limit, do you think?
Well, you're looking maybe 5 to 2. I think
really,
yeah,
that's short. Huh?
I think he's going to be the second choice probably. Indian Firewater could take some water. Sydney's Candy is pretty much odds on. You guys agree?
I was going to ask you about that.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, and we'll have a good feel early. The thing about Sydney's Candy was that he really did. It was interesting in the Sir Beaufort. He took more than 25 seconds to run that final quarter mile, and that track was playing a little. It was just so hard and fast. The times were blazing. Horses were coming home really fast all day. He didn't. After going 108. He came home in 25 and change. So he did get a little tired at the end of that race. And
okay. I'm not as confident that this guy who's in the limit's going to beat Sydney's Candy, so I'm just going to play him to 10 to place and show. Are you picking him on top?
Yeah, and I'm just going to play him to win. I'm not I'm going to make a $10 win bet on him.
All right. And you're same thing. You're going to pick him to win.
Yes, I am. I will play him to win in place, probably like last week's picks, and some kind of an exacta box probably in this race.
Okay. Let's move on to the Mr. Prospector, which is a 6-furlong sprint at Gulfstream for older horses. Again, we're probably going to have an odds-on favorite in here in Big Drama. So it's interesting this week. It's not so much, I think, who's going to win, but how you play these races.
I think so.
It's going to be important. He's likely to be named the champion sprinter next week in Miami. Of course, won the Breeders' Cup Sprint and just been training phenomenally since then, since he's been returned to Florida. He's just a very sharp horse right now, and he only has 5 rivals to beat here, but it's not a slam dunk. He's got Custom for Carlos, who won this race last year and is also working very well, although he does come off a long layoff. And there's a horse in here that I think all 3 of us like, again, who's a local horse, Piece of Dawn. Piece of Dawn,
yeah. Hard to pick against Big Drama, especially for me because I just love the horse. He runs his heart out. He's fast. He's classy. And strangely enough, in this particular race, yes, he hasn't run since the Breeders' Cup Sprint on November 6th, but this race is one that lacks recency. We've got horses that haven't run since April of last year. That's Custom for Carlos. July for Takarub.
August.
Catalan for August.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Their works are all really, really good. I can't quite gauge the pace of this race, but I do like the fact that Drama is on the outside in the 6-horse field, so he can kind of pick his. I think he should be able to pick his spot. I'm absolutely using him. I do like Piece of Dawn, and the horse has won a couple sprints at Calder. Don't know that he really beat much, but he laid off a quick pace for Calder and just exploded in the stretch. He drew away to win by 8 and 5. He has class from last year. He ran 3rd in the carryback at Calder. The only question mark is the 0 for 2 on the main track at Gulfstream. But again, I really like the horse's running style, and I think I will pick him to win strictly on the recency. He just ran on the 26th of December. So,
talking about the pace here, James, I think it sets up perfect for Big Drama because there's going to be plenty of pace for him just to run at, like Tom said, he drew the outside.
And he's going to be sitting out there with regular rider Ibar Koa, just biding his time. This race is a prep for the race in Dubai, the Golden Shaheen. So he loves this trip. He won his previous start, or he finished first at Gulfstream. He got disqualified and placed second. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him just crush him here. Loves 6 furlongs. And I'll echo, Piece of Dawn, not only did he win his last 2 races, but he's gotten speed ratings of 106 and 102, so he's going very well presently. I think he could rally up for runner-up honors in this spot.
That's exactly what I think. I don't think he's a horse that I would play to win, but place and show. Big Drama is just too sharp right now for me. Right. The one other thing about Piece of Dawn, he gets Paco Lopez, who had 4 winners on Wednesday, so he's got a hot rider. And what kind of price are we looking at him, do you think? 3rd choice? He'll be 3rd behind Customer Carlos, right?
Absolutely. I mean, even Takaroo could be the 3rd choice. Yeah. I mean, it's a 6-horse field. None of them are going to be, but you're looking 5, 6 to 1.
Yeah.
For him, Big Drama once again odds on. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, 2 good races here, and we'll see what's going on at Twin Spires now.
All right, well, here are the promotions at Twin Spires this weekend. This is an Oaklawn opening weekend celebration at twinspires.com, and all players who wager at least $100 on Oaklawn this Saturday will earn 10 Twin Spires Club points for every dollar wagered on Oaklawn Park. And then the second promotion is the last call for Vegas. There's 5 seats available for the Horse Player World Series. TwinSpires.com will have an exclusive one-day tournament on Saturday, January 22nd that will guarantee 5 prize packages to Horse Players World Series at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Buy-in's $50. So visit TwinSpires.com for these and all of our promotions.
Okay. Thanks to Twin Spires and Briss, our sponsors. And thanks to everybody for watching. Good luck in all your wagering this weekend. For Tom and James, I'm Jason. Good day.